Hi everyone, John here. Thanks for clicking that thumbnail. If you like our content, please hit that like and subscribe button. Hitting subscribe doesn't cost anything and it really helps us out to provide future content for you. Please take care of yourself out there and enjoy the video.
Hey, what are we doing today, John?
Well, I'm glad you asked, Honey Bunny, because it's summertime, so we're going to do some summer treats today. It's hot outside, and what better way to combat that summer than a nice cold sweet treat?
Oh, that sounds so good right now. We really should have gotten more things to have in the video to drink and eat. I did bring just my standard iced coffee today, so I
Maybe
had
later.
something. But yeah, I think after this video, some sweet treats are going to be in order. Mm.
But without further ado, let's kick it off to you. What is
Well,
your number 5 go-to?
unfortunately, I have to remind you of something,
Oh,
which is you have to tell us about the rules.
I get excited.
Ugh.
Well, here's the thing
I can't
though.
believe I have to remind you about the rules. It's best that we have them, I guess.
Well, you're gonna like this because I didn't really make any rules for this.
Oh, that's interesting.
The only thing is that it has to be edible. And sweet treats is implied that it's sweet.
Sweet treat, and there's no. Okay, cool.
It could be cold or hot, although I don't think you'd pick something hot.
Not in a million bazillion years.
So,
Maybe if I was under duress and it was the only thing that I could have, I'd be like, yes, please serve me one piping hot cookie.
this is the coffee argument all over again.
Oh, I know. We're right back to it. There's something about temperatures. It's really important in life. But
Yeah. Let's kick it off.
I'll go ahead and get into it. My number 5,
Yeah.
sweet treat. That is root beer float pops.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Are we talking about the ones you get in the grocery store?
Yeah, these are just standard grocery store items. Now, interestingly, they're not as readily available as you might think. I haven't been able to get them. I shop at Walmart pretty much, so that has been something they do not have there. At least not at our Walmart. So, but they do have a private selection brand over at Safeway.
Okay.
And I saw some in my mom's freezer, so I was like, I'm gonna have to. I didn't take one, but I really thought about it. But yeah, root beer float pops are quite delicious. Something that is wonderful about root beer in summertime. Major association for me is root beer in summertime. Now, something they used to have when I was a kid, people might remember these because they're pretty common, was the packs of just regular popsicles, but they had like root beer and then banana flavored.
I remember, yes.
Do you remember those?
And then you ate all the root beer and left all the banana.
Yeah, pretty much. I was definitely not eating the banana flavored ones because artificially flavored banana anything was never really great, but really common. Like, you remember Runts candy, things like that. There were a lot of, yeah, well, that's cool. But yeah, root beer float pops are delicious because they're so yummy on the inside with the vanilla ice cream. And on the outside, you've got that like kind of icy root beer, and they're tasty.
Oh, root beer cream pops.
Yeah, not just straight root beer.
Okay, I was confused there.
They're like if you took a dreamsicle pop and made it into a root beer pop.
Okay, root beer.
Yeah.
Okay.
How about you? You got a number 5 you want to share with me?
Curious that you mentioned root beer because my number 5 is the Bahama Rama pajamas. Mama shaved ice from Bahama Bucks.
Oh yeah,
but the root beer flavored one. Because you get the root beer and the vanilla ice cream, you essentially have the same thing. It's a root beer float except it's frozen.
Yeah, and for those of you who don't know what a Bahama Rama Mama is or what Bahama Bucks is, do you want to get a little more detail on that?
It's a shaved ice place. So if you have any local shaved ice places, it's essentially shaved ice with ice cream on the bottom. And you call it whatever you want. I know we've had it in different places before, but that was the first thing that came to mind. But anything essentially related to it, sure.
Absolutely. Yeah, there have been other places where we've had really good root beer shaved ice too. So it's good. There's, like I said, something very summertime about root beer. Root beer floats too.
Yeah.
I think you can very common. What I'm trying to say is like a commonality there.
Yeah, it's a theme. When you
Yeah.
think of summer, you think of ice cold root beer float. You're at a
Mm.
barbecue. I mean, you can even
Mm.
say, putting that vanilla ice cream and pouring root beer.
Mm. So good.
Anyways,
We could go on and on.
number 4.
Number 4 is the popsicle brand Sherbet
I'm
Cyclone.
sensing a theme here.
This is a popsicle from a while back. They don't make these specifically anymore, but they were a sherbet type of popsicle.
Sherbet?
Sherbet, yes. Hey, that's going to be a tough one. But sherbet ice cream cone, or sherbet ice popsicle. It's a popsicle. It's on a stick, and it's a swirl. In the center is a lemon lime flavored sherbet with raspberry and orange swirl on the outside. And I just thought that was the way to go. Man, that we had a lot of those around. I definitely bought those pretty specifically. They were tasty. And when I thought about this list, that really came to my mind. Like that kind of I know we talk a lot about nostalgia in this channel. And that was another thing that was like, woo, that took me back. Because I was like, I haven't had those in years, and that flavor profile is still in my memory.
Yeah, I know me and cold things, I don't have that kind of relationship that you do with cold things. I'm kind of, it hurts or pain me,
Yeah.
anything. I get a cold headache from anything. And you're sitting over there halfway through your drink, and I'm struggling with the first couple of sips.
Yeah, that is very true. Yeah, you and cold things are not really a good combo. Oh my gosh. Well, I'm excited to see how the rest of your list turns out because you might have picked some things that weren't super cold. Is your number 4 a cold thing?
Number 4 is a cold thing.
Okay, cool.
And you can't get it anymore. This is kind of your fault. It is the s'mores frappuccino from Starbucks. It's a dessert.
My fault.
You hooked me on that stuff.
Oh, I hooked you on it. I was like, I didn't remove it from the list or remove it from the menu at Starbucks. I don't have that kind of power.
Maybe you kind of did from how many that we got.
That's probably what it was. They're like, we can't keep up with the demand. We got to take this off the list. We got to take this off the menu because these people won't stop buying these frappuccinos.
The supply is running out.
Yeah.
Anyways, I liked it because it was sweet and cold and add a touch of coffee flavor. I'm not even sure there was any coffee in it. So that's why it's a dessert. I don't think it's coffee. It's
dessert in a cup.
It's dessert in a cup. I drink my dessert.
Yeah. Well, that
I call it what it is.
All right. Well, I think that your other favorite thing might have been that marshmallow glop in the bottom too. That was kind of a fun thing about it because you're like sipping along, you're like, this is a nice frappuccino, and then you get that nice glop of marshmallow in the bottom.
I'm sad they don't have it anymore because when you think of summer, s'mores, right? Campfires outside, it captured summer.
It really does. Yeah, I mean, and we keep seeing like over the last few years that there's definitely some s'mores things out there, but it was real prevalent a few years ago, and now it's kind of
like a fad.
Yeah, it was like a fad.
They didn't leave us with anything else. They just took it away.
Well, you can just go to the store and buy actual s'mores, so it's not like you can't get it.
I guess I could get a blender.
I think we have a blender. We could make our own.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah, I think that might be the way to go.
Maybe we'll take a short break and come.
Yeah. And we'll be back shortly after these messages. Wait, we don't have any messages.
Number 3.
All right, my number 3. So, also, Bahama Bucks.
Okay.
Yeah, this was my Bahama Bucks pick.
This reminder, Shaved Ice Place.
Yeah, Shaved Ice Place, and also the Bahama Rama Mama because you want to get it with that ice cream in there. Now you can get a non-ice cream version; it's delicious as well. Because that Shaved Ice Place specifically, I wanted to mention was that it's like snow. It's the finest shaved ice you can get anywhere. And my favorite flavor is the very first flavor that I ever had there. and that's the strawberry colada.
Wow, that's your go-to.
It's a perfect combination of strawberry and coconut. So you get that fruity and that tropical feeling. It's delightful. I love it so much. I think that probably, although I've tried so many others like the root beer and the orange, and I think there's like a sugar cookie flavor that we really liked, and you can get a unicorn one. It's like, pass. I'm going right back to number one, strawberry colada.
Okay.
It's delicious.
Colada.
It's refreshing.
Nice.
Yeah.
It is refreshing. That's a good thing you mentioned about the shaved ice is refreshing.
Yeah.
It's light.
I know that we actually live less than a block away from Bahama Bucks, and that was awesome. It's been not my favorite thing going through the summer being so far away from Bahama Bucks, and I fantasize that I'm going to drive an hour and a half to the closest Bahama Bucks. The last time I was in Phoenix, I believe I made a Bahama Bucks stop too. And boy, did I enjoy that treat. Oh my gosh, it was delightful.
It's a good way to beat the heat.
It wasn't hot. I just wanted that.
Oh, that's right. It wasn't hot.
It was like February in Phoenix.
Oh no, that might be disqualified on a technicality there.
Well, it's not disqualification worthy. It's just, I'm just saying, I had it during a point where it didn't matter if it was hot or not. I was just enjoying it.
Yeah.
So yeah. What is your number 3?
Honestly, I don't remember what my number 3 is. My relationship with ice cream is not the thing. Oh, okay. I know what my number 3 is. Number 3 is the Nestle Toll House cookie sandwich.
Oh, I hate that one. It's terrible, in my opinion.
Some of us have a palate.
Some of us must have really strong teeth. I know I do, but I just think of, all I feel is little chocolate chips in the top of my mouth.
Is this your list?
Sorry.
This is my list. It's not your list.
Well, I guess. What's yours is mine, honey.
Not in this case.
Ugh. Fine, go for it.
That's why I picked it.
What's your number 3, please?
It's the Nestle Toll House cookie sandwich.
Oh, I meant to say why.
Oh. Because you don't like it.
Oh,
it's a spiteful choice.
You didn't know that until now.
I didn't. Well, I like it because, one, you can get it anywhere, practically anywhere.
That's true.
And it incorporates, cookies and ice cream. And okay, like you, I have patience when I've got something. I can wait till it thaws out a little bit. I don't just dive in and shove it in my face. Gone in 3 bites. That's the Jesse motto.
That's a really good point. There was no way I would ever wait long enough for the cookie to get softer.
Now, in fact, back with the Frappuccinos, I may be about quarter in, and she's got, I hear this, the empty sucking
Hey,
sound.
Can I have some of that one?
Yeah.
Are you not going to drink that?
Where's yours go? No.
Yeah, I'm not really slow when it comes to eating or drinking things. I don't take my time. I don't not savor it though. So
save it on the way down.
I think our channel tagline is savoring life 1 cup at a time. I can't say that that's not accurate, but I don't take my time.
Ice cream. I mean, it's like.
Yeah. Yep. That's pretty much the case.
Yeah. Oh, I like these lists so far, though. Let's go to number 2.
I think we've got some good ones. All right, my number 2 is the Monster, and it's also Mighty Pops, so depending which store you buy these from. That's the brand name, I believe. But they are the cherry pineapple pops.
Goodness.
So they come in like big. I think also Popsicle made them, and they were called.
A deep cut popsicle?
No, they still make them.
Oh.
So Popsicle used to make them too, and I think in some stores they might still sell them, but they're larger than normal popsicles. Number 1.
Oh yeah.
And then Monster Pops are sold at Walmart, and then Mighty Pops are the Kroger brand version of them.
Gotcha.
And they're cherry pineapple flavor. And what's interesting about those, I think for me, is the flavor combo. I definitely notice I have a very like cherry strawberry thing. My list is a very like fruity, sort of theme, and I didn't really put that together until today. Because I'm not really a chocolate person as much as I am like fruity vanilla person. But these are really fun. And the other thing that is great, I think, and interesting about them is their texture is
Hmm.
kind of like a slushy on a stick. They get warm and you eat them, they just kind of dissolve really easily and in a different way that is not specific to how regular popsicles are. It's hard
Those are
to
the rings. Like they have the center, and then it's kind of a coat, an outer layer. Am I
no,
thinking? Okay.
no. These ones just are like a swirly looking
Okay.
red and yellow popsicle, but bigger because they're like this tall versus like a smaller popsicle would be like here.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you saw a picture of them or saw them, you'd be like, "Oh yeah, I definitely know."
Probably.
We had a bag of them in the freezer for the longest time.
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
I ate them a lot last summer.
I think there's a couple still in there in the back.
I believe I had to get rid of them because they had too much frostbite. Sad.
Mm.
I felt terrible. But yeah, those were a really good one, and they've been around a long time, and they're still, no matter what brand you get them, they're delicious. They're
Huh.
just really tasty. So that was my what number two.
Number two.
So that means we're on to you number two.
Yeah, I gotta sign you up for the Popsicle fan club here. You could be their poster child.
That's true. I think I could definitely pull that off.
My number two is sticking with the s'mores theme. Is the s'mores Blizzard from Dairy Queen.
Yeah, I totally get that.
I guess I'm a chocolate graham snob or something.
Yeah, chocolate graham s'mores guy.
But it's summer. Like I want s'mores summer. S'mores, ice cream, root beer, kind of thing.
Mm,
Uh, yeah, that I miss it. They tease us every year. It's like, oh, is it going to come back? No, not this
yeah.
year. Maybe next year.
I,
I
w-
don't know why.
I would say we even are kind of waiting. Like, we're like, oh man, I can't wait
Yeah,
to find out what the new summer treats are because
maybe it's a break.
that's our hope is that they'll bring back that s'mores blizzard every summer.
Maybe it's a break though, like every couple of years because
Mm.
we just gorge on it. I think the last time.
Yeah, I don't think we've been to Dairy Queen nearly as much during a summer when they don't have
Yeah, for sure.
it.
Yeah, but those little chocolate chunks, the textures in that blizzard
Yeah.
and the flavors, the toasted marshmallow, uh, probably my favorite blizzard ever from them.
Well, we were talking to, I don't know if you remember this conversation, but we were talking to a friend of ours who used to, her family owns some Dairy Queens or did. And also, she managed the Dairy Queen for a while, but she said she believed that one of the best things about it was the fact that it had like two types of graham cracker flavor.
Yeah.
It's almost like a graham cracker flavoring plus the texture of the graham cracker crumbles in there.
Hmm.
And I was like, that must be it
There's a
because
lot going on.
that graham crackerness really brings it over the edge
Hmm.
because the marshmallow and the vanilla ice cream kind of blend in together and you do get the marshmallow from it, but then you add in the texture of the graham and like you said, those mini chocolates are like if you took a piece of Hershey bar and shrunk it down to about a quarter of the size. They're
Hmm.
so cute. They say DQ on them and everything.
But when you put chocolate and something ice cream and cold, they freeze. This doesn't.
Yeah.
It's firm, but it's not break your teeth hard.
Yeah.
It's you just chew this and chew this and chew this.
Mhm.
Yeah.
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 They're interestingly chewy enough and not hard break your teeth. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a really good observation. I
Yeah.
didn't think about that.
Like it's there's a lot going on with it. There's
Mhm.
just so many layers. Yeah.
So many
It made my
layers.
number two because I miss it. When I think of summer, I'm like, where's the new DK menu? Which they were all in April. Like their summer menu is April.
Yeah, it's because they did a thing this year where they brought back the, well, I won't go into the
Yeah, I don't
details on
know.
that, but
I don't know the details or anything, but yeah.
mhm. Yeah.
All
So
right.
that,
I want to know what your number one is.
oh, you're not
I
ready for
mean,
this.
I don't know if I know what your number one then is. Okay,
Mm.
I'm ready. Let's do it.
I'm
I'm ready.
curious, did you have anything in mind? Because you think about these things in a way that I don't really think about what yours might be. I just am going,
I
living my
actually,
life by the moment.
I'm actually drawing a blank
Mm.
because your choices for this are so vast.
Ooh, yeah.
Your affinity for cold things.
And there's so many of them.
It is a huge landscape. I can't.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think you had to use your rule of thumb, which is to base it strictly on things I could remember.
Okay.
Instead of like in previous top 5 lists, I did some digging to kind of refresh my memory. It was like I didn't have to do that.
Yeah.
I know what I like. I was just like, okay, well this, and this. So yeah, let's go with that because I do love all sorts of sweet treats. So with no further ado, my number 1 is a Dairy Queen treat, and it is.
Oh, I know what it is.
It is the Mr. Misty float.
Yep.
With kiwi strawberry flavor.
Kiwi strawberry.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it's this is another moment where I was sitting and I really was, and just I had gotten one like a couple weeks ago, was savoring it, and I was really sitting there thinking about why I was enjoying it so much. And the Mr. Misty float, they put in the Mr. Misty slushy, and then they put in like a good size, like almost like a small cone's worth of ice cream. They do not blend it. I don't want the blended version, which is the freeze. I want that float because I like having the fun of taking a little bit of ice cream and then drinking a little bit of slushy, and then I'll kind of mix it up, and then eventually I mix it together so that you got both going on. And what's so great about this to me, I realized, was I love that crunchy ice with the ice cream. It adds the texture that you kind of want to ice cream without having additional cookies or extra sweetness. It's a balance of vanilla sweet, but with sweet and sourness of the kiwi strawberry flavor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
ready for mine?
I am excited. What is your number 1?
Do you have any guesses?
Oh, that's a good one. Gosh, I think I was really pegging the DQ S'mores Blizzard as your number 1.
You were close.
Yeah. Oh, I do have an idea.
Okay.
Could it be the Dairy Queen Peanut Butter Parfait?
No. Because
you love hot fudge. I know that you love chocolate and you love hot fudge a lot. So.
Wow.
I know.
Because guess what my number 1 is? The classic hot fudge sundae.
It was close.
Not from Dairy Queen. I mean, Dairy Queen has it anywhere.
Yeah.
Even once I make it home. Ice cream, fudge, whipped cream, and a maraschino cherry.
Chef's kiss.
Chef's kissing that.
Ooh, yes.
Because if I'm feeling saucy, I'll put a little bit of peanut butter on there. Oh my.
Yeah, that was something people would order sometimes when I worked at the Dairy Queen.
Peanut butter cream?
We had a peanut butter sauce, so you could get like peanut butter sauce and hot fudge together. Yeah. I don't know when the last time we made one at home was, but maybe one of these hot summer days we will. That's a good one. Well, the peanut butter parfait is
kind of close.
Like that because you get layers.
Layers, that's true. But no nuts. Don't put nuts on your ice cream. It's vegetable ice cream at that point. Gross.
I could not agree with you more. Ew. I think nuts in ice cream is sacrilege. I don't think I could ever do that. I think that it's wrong on a lot of levels. I think Rocky Road ice cream is like if you wanted
it's vegetable ice cream.
Yeah. Why don't you just put some carrots in there too?
Why not? I'll even argue that sprinkles, Jimmy's, anything like that taints it. Ugh.
Yeah, a lot of people are not sprinkles people. I think
dots, those little crispy wafers. I know we're way off topic.
Yeah. Well, I would love to know what people think in terms of this controversial topic of nuts, sprinkles. What do you think? Because I know I am not a nuts person, but I definitely love a good sprinkle. I think it's just festive, fun, but I'm open to that sort of thing because they're pretty, and sometimes I like a little pretty ice cream.
Well, anyways,
yeah.
Well, thanks for joining us.
Yeah,
this
thank you
fun.
so much for joining us today. We had so much fun. Did you have fun?
I really want some ice cream.
I know, and I just realized I'm just hungry.
Yeah.
I haven't had any lunch yet, so
we're gonna go get some ice cream. I hope you get some treats yourself.
Yeah, get out there, check out whatever's around, go to the store, enjoy it, savor it during these hot months of summer.
But as always, thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed us, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. It helps the algorithm kind of get our content out there. And as always, take care of yourself. Take care of your mental health, physical health. We love you. And we'll see you next time. Let's go get ice cream. Bye.